Hello, my name's Courtney, and today we're going to spill the tea on tea. So, why is this so important to talk about? Well, this is my public service announcement to you pregnant ladies. This is good for everyone to know, but especially if you're pregnant, you need to do your research and you need to be advised because most likely your doctor didn't tell you about this. So, you're pregnant, you're cutting down your caffeine consumption and maybe switch from coffee to tea. Well, be careful with that, because tea actually contains fluoride. And this isn't just some anti-fluoride video. We're talking about how tea can contain up to 200 times the recommended safe level of fluoride. 200 times. That's a lot. And what does that put you at risk for? In short, we can talk about this more later, but it can cause for your fetus, your unborn child, their brain, it doesn't develop properly, cognitive issues, low IQ, immune issues, and thyroid issues, all these important things. So, are all teas bad in short? No. So why don't we become aware and educated on teas? So, tea generally comes from the plant. Camilla sinensis. Probably said that wrong. I'll put the word up, but Camilla sinensis. And this plant, or tea plants, are very absorbent. So anything that's in the soil, whether it be toxins, nutrients, fluoride, is all getting absorbed in. Okay? And the older the plant, the more mature the plant, the darker your tea is going to be. So, black tea is a very mature tea plant. It's been in there a long time. Black tea, this is gonna have the most fluoride in it, okay? And then older leaves, they can also make a cheaper tea. So your supermarket teas, like, you gotta be careful with those. Those are the ones that are gonna get you. So if you really like tea or you're making the switch, I would say try to go to maybe a local area so you can get some loose leaf tea, green tea. It's the real stuff. Green tea still will have that though. It'll just be less. But I said not all teas are bad. So if you get your herbal teas, again, this is a cheaper tea, but herbal teas are not from the tea plant, they're from herbs. So this is a safer thing to make the switch. A lot of times, like I believe this one, yeah, it's caffeine free, so you're not getting that from your coffee when you're making the switch. So maybe look it up. I'm not sure. All the ones I have are caffeine free, but be aware, a lot of fluoride in tea. 200 times a safe level. I still can't get over that, and like no one talks about that. It's crazy to me. So fluoride. Why is fluoride so bad? Well, a little bit on the history of fluoride. Fluoride, naturally occurring, but fluoride is also used in its chemical component, whether it's fluorine or other forms of it. So fluoride was actually one of the main components in the atomic bomb, so your Manhattan Project. And, industry production, like they still use fluoride today, forms of it. And in this production, it's in the air, it's in the water, it's in the ground. So in order for it to not seem like they're poisoning you and such a bad thing, they go, okay, yeah, actually, it helps against cavities. And they come up with these studies from these same people who are working with it in industry and making these bombs and making these studies saying, oh yes, it's going to help your teeth. Well, you know what? Even recently, they've lowered the recommended levels in our water. So obviously, they know that there's harmful effects and they're not really talking about it. So, what are some other things they can do? Like we talked about, cognitive effects, the brain's not forming properly, GI issues, diabetes, thyroidism, early puberty in girls. You have fluorosis in the teeth, those white spots. People come to me all the time, how do I get rid of these white spots? And you're born with it. It's like you need to restore them. Like there's no good way to get rid of those white spots. And sometimes they're not just white, they're brown too. And people don't like them. And then teeth, they're bones. What about the rest of your bones? Skeletal fluorosis. You don't want to look it up, but look it up. Look up skeletal fluorosis. That's awful. You don't want that. So you need to be very careful with tea because it contains over the recommended safe level of fluoride, where fluoride on its own can cause these issues. It's been known to cause these issues. It's been studied. So now we're having over that safe level that we've been given that's been changed so many times. So everyone's got to do your research, make your own conscious decisions, but I just want you to know you really have to be careful of tea, okay? So if I were you, I'd stick with herbal tea if you can, and just make these informed decisions. Always do your research and share this information with anyone you know who's pregnant, because it's very, very important, and no one wants anything to happen to their child, okay? So thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.